Although their production came to an end in 2014, with their numbers still dominating the trails, the RZR 800s are definitely not forgotten. If you aren't ready to drop the cash on a brand new RZR 900, but would like to spice up the performance of your 800, there are tons of products out there that can enhance its performance. Chances are you already have some of them installed on your rig. What we've done with our 2012 test unit was add a round of accessories to enhance its comfort, style, and performance, in hopes of providing some ideas on how to trick out your RZR or RZR S 800, or fill in some of those missing pieces that will make your machine that much better. Prior to starting this build, we installed an HMF Swamp Series exhaust system and fuel optimizer EFI controller. HMF Swamp Series is the quieter of their two exhaust systems for the RZR S 800 and is said to keep sound within 1 to 2 decibels of stock. The silencer features a 5-inch shell, increasing internal volume, boosting horsepower. The HMF fuel optimizer comes with a map pre-installed that's designed to work with HMF's exhaust. The optimizer features convenient onboard 16-way fuel adjustment settings for low, middle, and upper RPM ranges. Onboard adjustment means that trail side tuning is possible with no laptop computer needed. We found the optimizer's map to work flawlessly with no additional tuning required. RZR Sharp Customs, located in Sparta, Kentucky, builds custom roll cages, chassis parts, and full frame-up custom machines. RZR Sharp owner Justin Frazier, along with Craig Gaines, owner of G&R Motorsports, and several of their friends, all pitched in one afternoon and had this project assembled in a few hours.
I'm Justin Frazier with RZR Sharp Customs. We're here with ATV On Demand today. We're going to be installing a cage, doors, bumpers, shocks on this RZR S, make it more durable and more trail friendly.
After removing all of the stock items to be replaced, on went a RZR Sharp Customs race cage. This cage is designed as a beefed up stock replacement, encapsulating the cockpit similar to the stock cage. The RZR Sharp cage is constructed of DOM steel and features an extra cross brace in the front and 2 additional upper tubes that run from front to rear for increased strength. The cage features a chopped look with lower overall height than the stock cage, although it can be ordered with taller or lower rail heights for the same price. Different powder coat color options are also available to match the look of your machine. Adding doors adds a feeling of safety and security. Blingstar's Suicide doors are designed to be light and strong, constructed of 6061 aluminum. The door's framing comes pre-assembled, leaving you to install Blingstar's slam latch door latch system and door panel inserts. The door panels feature laser-cut sight windows with optional block-off plates available. The door's tubing comes in a black textured powder coat finish. The door panels are available in brushed or polished aluminum finishes, or with the black textured powder coat we opted for. Installation was pretty simple. Constructed of 1 3/8 6061 aluminum, Blingstar's front and rear bumpers add protection to each end of the machine while keeping weight down. The front bumper features a removable aluminum center plate, available polished, brushed, or with a textured black powder coat. Both bumpers bolt up without issue to a stock RZR. Like most RZR 800 front bumpers, Blingstar's front bumper's upper mounts bolt to the front of the radiator. For this reason, we were glad that the front bumper's upper mounts were notably less gnarly than the upper mounts used on Blingstar's RZR 1000 bumper, which does not attach to the front of the radiator. We'd hoped that in the event of a front-end impact, that the Blingstar bumper would give before the radiator, so we're happy with the lighter weight design of the front bumper's upper mounts. If you have a base model RZR or RZR S with non-rebuildable shocks, chances are you will at some point be in the market for aftermarket shocks. Available through Z Brothers Racing, Exit UTV shocks are produced by the same people who brought you RZFX chassis components for UTVs and ATVs. Exit UTV shocks were developed with extensive testing and feature large piggyback nitrogen reservoirs for superior cooling and black anodizing for long-lasting good looks. Exit builds all of their shocks to order, based on your vehicle, chassis setup, additional weight from accessories, and intended use. They back their shocks with a 60-day ride guarantee to make sure their performance meets your expectations. Our shocks were set up with aggressive trail riding and some short course track time in mind. Exit shocks feature threaded preload adjustment with a single locking preload ring that's easier to adjust and nicer looking than the usual notched dual ring setup. Exit's X2 UTV shocks feature preload plus compression and rebound damping adjustment and retail for only $400 more than their preload adjustable X0 shocks. With the loaded weight and use of our RZR varying so much, we couldn't pass up the benefit of added adjustability. The knob on the reservoir controls compression damping, while the textured sleeve at the base of the spring turns, controlling rebound damping adjustment. Both adjustments provide smooth action and strong positive clicks, making dialing in the shocks easy out on the trail with no tools. After hearing about an editor from a print magazine putting a rock through the engine on his RZR 800 and watching our machine frame out on a few rocky sections, we felt that more undercarriage protection was in order. Ricochet's 9-piece complete aluminum skid plate set features full coverage protection, including full frame coverage, front and rear A-arm and CV guards, and footwell protectors with built-in rock sliders. Ricochet constructs their skid plates of 3/16" thick 5052 H32 aluminum. They offer their skid plates in a bare aluminum finish or with various anodizing color options. For serious rock crawlers, they offer 1/4" thick UHMW skid plate overlays for their aluminum skid plates. They combine with the strength and rigidity of the aluminum skid plates, providing a slick surface that more easily slides over gnarly rocks. Ricochet skid plates come complete with all of the necessary mounting hardware. The exposed star head bolts feature rounded heads that won't easily snag or shear off like a standard bolt. Using steel bolts and aluminum fasteners, we strongly recommend using a small amount of grease on the bolt's threads to prevent the steel and aluminum threads from corroding and freezing up. This will make maintenance a lot easier down the road. Installation and fitment between the Ricochet skid plates and RZR was easy and straightforward, although it took a little coaxing to get the front skid plate to work with Blingstar's bumper. It's no one's fault, just an issue you sometimes face when mixing two aftermarket products together. 4 or 5-point harnesses are perhaps the #1 upgrade we'd recommend for a serious sport UTV. Blingstar's memory foam 4-point harnesses feature plush memory foam, install as easy as any other aftermarket 4-point harness, and have one of the easiest to use latch systems on the market. To cut down on cold wind, dust, and flying debris, a PowerMad Sports Shield was installed. The Sports Shield was designed to push air and dust up and over the occupants, while providing a unique style compared to other straight half windshields. The PowerMad Sports Shield attaches to your cage using included roll bar straps and self-adhering windshield pucks. The roll bar straps feature a rubber undercoating, enhancing grip while protecting your cage's finish. The windshield pucks offer the center of the windshield more stability. Installation on the stock cage is a snap, and we were able to attach it to our RZR Sharp cage without any special modification. With its red bodywork, the look of the sides of our machine were smoothed out with a set of red and black Blingstar graphics. They're constructed of abrasion-resistant 18mm UV-protected material. Their thick construction, strong adhesive, and pre-cut holes for mounting hardware made them a snap to line up and stick on. With the stock ITP tires wearing, our machine was due for some fresh tread. CST's clincher tires feature a radial design for a compliant ride over small bumps. They're said to feature a larger contact patch than bias ply tires for improved traction. Interlocking C-shaped center knobs are designed to provide a smooth ride and put more rubber on the ground, providing good traction on hard-packed trails, while the shoulder knob's broader spacing provides better cleanout and improved traction in the mud. As a non-directional tire, you can continuously switch the tires from one side to the other, promoting even tread wear and a longer-lasting tire. Taking our completed machine out for a ride, the first thing we appreciated were the Blingstar suicide doors. They are unobtrusive when stepping into the RZR. Latch operation was smooth, and they close securely consistently. The doors rattled a bit over the rough stuff, but nothing serious or offensive. muffled a bit by the sound of the engine. We felt more secure encapsulated by the Blingstar doors. The convex shape created by the frame and door panels bends outward a bit from the cockpit, helping maintain knee and elbow room. The chopped height of the Razor Sharp Customs race cage is unique, but their standard height is only high enough for occupants 6 feet tall and under. If you're over 6 feet tall, you'll want them to build you a little taller cage. Keeping the cage's height as low as possible helps keep the car's center of gravity down for better handling. It also allows you to glide under limbs and fallen trees hanging over the top of the trail. The race cage is a cool upgrade, or a cost-effective option for replacing a damaged stock cage. If you want a cage that's completely different and custom, Razor Sharp Customs can help you with that as well. Looks are a matter of taste, and most people who got a look at PowerMad's Sports Shield liked its unique motorcycle fairing style design, which adds a lot more to the look of the Razor than a standard straight half windshield. Traveling over 20 miles per hour, it helps to deflect wind and dust up and over the occupants. It also helps shield you from flying debris and splashing water. The only complaint came from shorter drivers, who felt that the curved shape of the Sports Shield distorted their view of the terrain while crawling along and trying to look directly over the front of the hood. In repeated hill drags between our stock and HMF Swamp Series exhaust and fuel optimizer equipped Razor S, the HMF equipped machine proved to be faster. HMF's exhaust and optimizer increase power and torque somewhat. However, the engine's dated pushrod design just won't rev quickly. The difference doesn't make the Razor 800 more thrilling to drive out of turns. However, the HMF upgrades allowed us to pull hills more quickly and will aid in dealing with the extra weight of our built-up machine. Exit suspension worked better the harder we drove it. When getting some air, it resisted bottoming much better than the stock shocks, which came in handy when overshooting landings. Exit's shocks reduced weight transfer under acceleration, braking, and cornering, resulting in a car that could be cornered faster and with more confidence. For short course racing on a fast, smooth track with jumps and deep rollers, this suspension setup was spot on. The shock springs and internal valving would need to be a little different for casual-paced East Coast trail riding. Look for a full review of these shocks with an impression of both setups in the near future. CST's clincher tires aided the exit shocks in improving cornering. The front end steered predictably, and the rear end did a good job of holding a line, driving into turns hard under power, braking traction predictably when you really push them. Traction through rocks was good, and they offer enough grip in the wet stuff to get you through the occasional mud hole or up a steep slick creek bank with little room at the bottom. Upon viewing our Razor, the one product that most UTV owners said they felt they should add to their machine were the Ricochet skid plates. We banged our way through some creek beds and through a gnarly rocky wash, grinning rather than cringing with each impact to the underside of our Razor. The skid plates look tough and do a good job of helping protect your expensive investment. Unless you ride in the dunes, we feel they're a worthwhile investment. With the overwhelming popularity of the Polaris RZR 800s through the years, today's owners benefit from a ton of offerings from the aftermarket. Our machine enjoyed enhancements in engine and suspension performance, traction, protection, comfort, and style. All of the parts we used worked well together, making our Razor a better overall machine. However, with the exception of the exhaust, which requires the use of an aftermarket fuel controller, any of these parts could be added individually to complete a project you're already working on. If you want something a little cooler than your AG800, we've seen that there's a lot you can do to enhance your machine.